wanted to do a kids show, and from talking to the parents, we found that there just isn't anything out there that really reinforces an African identity. You don't really see a lot of dark-skinned people on kids shows, and it's a big problem because when children grow up with this, only seeing white kids on the TV programs that they enjoy watching, they can grow up with a sense of inferiority, or just a lack of a sense of pride in their own identity. The parents, they don't like things like Teletubbies because they feel like those weird sounds they make doesn't really help the children form words correctly. Parents don't really like Sesame Street that much here in Africa because they feel like it's just repurposed American content. Ubuntu Village is a 3D animated kids show that's designed specifically for African children aged 3 to 6 years old. What we're trying to do with this show is almost hide an early childhood development program in stories and rhymes throughout the series. They need to learn 5 core values, things like justice and love and honesty. And then they also need to learn functional skills, things like basic counting, alphabets, crowd safety, conservation, not littering, body parts. Because we're based in Durban, one of the biggest problems we had is that there just aren't any 3D animators in Durban. So one of the things that we've had to do in this past year was actually set up a training institution to train 3D animators. We created our own course and we designed it so that at the end of the course, they would have known enough to at least start working on this production. The first season is going to be about 26 episodes, and they're going to be really short because 3 to 6 year olds don't have a long attention span. So the episodes are going to be 11 minutes, which is kind of like a standard for early childhood kids programming. And the structure of the program is going to have all of the elements that 3 to 6 year olds like, which is rhymes and songs and little very simple stories and simple characters, things they can relate to and things that they can identify. Right now we're currently busy on the pilot episode, which takes the most amount of time because in this part of the production process we're building all of the assets from scratch. The type of 3D animation that we're using is we can translate it to any language, so it's mainly for Africa, but not just one particular country in Africa or one particular culture. We're trying to make it general enough to travel all across Africa. We've got facial capture technology, so when we're recording a new actor's voice, we also record their face movements, and we take those animations and apply directly to our models, and the character's mouth will move directly in time with the new language that the character is speaking. By the end of the year, we should have a pilot episode, and beginning of next year, we'll be able to, roll out the whole series. Hopefully, by mid next year, throughout Africa, Ubuntu Village will be on TV screens.